Namaskar. Welcome to the fourth episode of the Ultimate Meditation Podcast. In today's podcast, we will talk about a very important aspect of a human life, that is self love. Self love goes a long way in healing oneself from any kind of traumas, hurt, or disappointments, and also prepares one to deal with the forthcoming life challenges with patience, strength, courage, and wisdom. Self love goes beyond pampering oneself with massages, movies, pizzas, and cakes. I will talk about it in detail in this episode, so stay tuned. I recommend switching the subtitles on for a better experience and clear understanding. The structure and content of this podcast is kept as simple, meaningful, and relatable as possible. You may pause and replay any part of this podcast as you will. The journey of self love begins with listening to yourself, your inner voice, and also by paying attention to the signs of your own body. More often than not, we get so caught up in fulfilling the worldly duties that we forget to check with ourselves how we are doing. And when we find ourselves unhappy and unhealthy in life, then we are the first ones to be disappointed with ourselves. Are we not? We all know that all living beings love themselves the most. We love to talk about ourselves, our likes and dislikes, our accomplishments and disappointments. We love to be heard and understood. Then is it not important that we check on ourselves on our own from time to time? Ask yourself, am I feeding my body nourishing food in the right amounts and at the right time? Am I giving enough rest to this body? Am I moving my muscles enough? Am I feeding positive and progressive thoughts to my mind? Are my actions matching my hopes and desires? Or instead, am I full of complaints, grudges, and worries? Thus remember that your own attitude towards yourself comes first before anybody else's towards you. When we start listening to our body, then we are truly guided to where we should be. For example, if by fate you are born in a place with cold climate and you struggle with problems like cough, cold, cyanosis, frostbites, and breathlessness all your life, but because you just continue to live with it, you are blocking yourself from living a healthier life at a warmer place? Book that appointment with your healthcare expert today, which you have been repeatedly putting off for long. The second aspect is love and respect yourself before anybody else does or does not. This is such a powerful aspect to consider. Think about it. How many people in your life actually loves you back unconditionally? If you're lucky, then maybe one or two people. Otherwise, in most cases, all relations are give and take relations based on mutual benefits. Once that dependency is over, love and respect also fly out of the window. It is rare to find relations where your presence, your company alone is cherished. Thus, having said that, it becomes inarguably important that we become the first ones to love and respect ourselves at all times consistently. This reminds me of the famous Osho's quote. I quote, I want you to become absolutely selfish. Be yourself. Don't be distracted by any type of people, religion, political, social, educational. Your first responsibility is neither towards religion nor towards nation. Your first responsibility is towards yourself. Unquote. I understand that in the midst of unusual difficult challenges, it could become hard to love yourself when you are clouded by conflicting thoughts, self-doubts, and regrets. In those times, choose to slow down, take rest. Rest, reflect, and restart. I repeat, rest, reflect, and restart. Make these 3 R's your life motto. Soon you will find yourself back on your feet. You grow the most in life when you learn to say no to the things which don't serve you well. More often than not, in order to avoid conflict, we tend to simply agree with the people who might be manipulative or sabotaging our growth. Wearing a people pleaser hat all the time is never going to help you in the long run. There's only so much one can endure. Beyond that, physical and mental systems start to break down. And then it might be too late to recognize, as a lot of damage would already have been done. So, we need to learn to be more conscious of our thoughts and feelings around people. And under unfavorable conditions, push brakes well before we reach the edge. When we protect our energy from getting drained by negative people or situations, we make more room for positives to enter into our lives. The fourth aspect of self-love is self-expression. Just as much as we need to feel loved, there's also a need to express our love. So don't wait for the right opportunity to come around, or don't hold back on expressing your love when an opportunity presents itself. Express it fully in your dance, in your singing, cooking, painting, exercise routine, in your regular engagement with people when you meet them on your way to grocery shopping. Be open and kind to all the people, plants, animals you encounter. In short, in everything you do, sprinkle your love generously everywhere. Spend time in nature, amidst trees, plants, those little innocent puppies, watching tiny little butterflies fluttering around you. Be mesmerized by the beautiful crimson sunset. Gaze at the cosmic drama of stars and galaxies in the night sky. Allow the love of God to fill your heart through His beautiful creations. The fifth aspect I want to talk about is forgiveness. For the starter, forgive your parents for their every shortcomings. Let go of the grudges you are holding against them for so long. It is only doing you harm and no good. Remember that every human has limitations, and so does your parents. They are what you got, but they aren't perfect. Break free from this pain of childhood trauma by choosing to work on your growth and releasing all the pain of the past that doesn't belong in your present or future. Secondly, forgive your exes, your ex-spouse, friends and relatives who caused you harm in any way. Thirdly, forgive yourself for anything that you wished but couldn't achieve, for any misstep you took and regretted deeply, for any poor judgment you made which led to painful heartbreak. Forgive to move forward. Know that this world is irrational and not everything is working as it should. So stop punishing yourself for things which are beyond your control and work on things which are. The sixth aspect is harnessing faith as your anchor. Remember, Whenever you feel terribly stuck or lost in life, having no clue about your next move, where to go and what to do, that's the time to go within and dive into your own consciousness, your true self. Here, I would like to hint at the first episode of my podcast, Meditation. It is a short guide to finding your true self and being rooted in it from moment to moment. Use this true power as a yardstick for navigating through all the curved balls life throws at you. The seventh and last aspect of self-love is goal setting. Living in an autopilot mode is not going to take you very far, and rather you might find yourself repeating toxic life patterns over and over again. Everything you do is ending up becoming another life lesson, another failure. For the sake of avoiding such self-sabotaging behavior, one must set clear and meaningful goal in life. A goal is something which gives meaning to your place in this world, which adds value to your life and that of others. It is your life's purpose. Then it could be a writing endeavor, acting, or any other art form. It could also be serving people as a healthcare expert or through spiritual endeavors. Recognize your creativity and talent and put them to use for the sake of the larger good. So let me conclude by putting all the 7 aspects together. First is practicing self-love by listening to yourself, your body and inner voice. Second is love and respect yourself even when no one else does. Third is saying no to things that don't serve you well and making room for good things to enter and brighten your life. Fourth is self-expression. That is, express your inherent desire to share your love with others and be amazed when it is reciprocated. Fifth is forgiving everyone, including yourself, for everything that went wrong in the past and focusing on the self-growth instead. Sixth is harnessing faith in difficult times and using it as a compass for sailing through the sea of life. And lastly, goal setting to fulfill your life's mission. I believe today's podcast will benefit you tremendously in living a life filled with love, growth, and purpose. Please apply these 7 aspects in your life diligently, and you will be amazed by the results you shall reap in the due course of time. These are not just concepts or consolatory words, but these are crux of 30 plus years of my arduous life experiences and how I overcame them in the standalone spirit. I will be very happy to listen to your experiences upon applying any of the above aspects and how it turned your life around. My best wishes to all of you. If you wish to seek further clarity on any part of this podcast, or should you have any other questions, please feel free to write to me in the comment box below. I will be happy to respond. You can also book a 10 minutes one-on-one free consultation with me. Booking longer session is also possible. The information about the form for booking consultation is given in the description box below. For a healthy real-time interaction, I run live Q&A sessions fortnightly on YouTube. The date and time for the same will be announced on my channel's post. I will see you next week with another episode. Till then, please take good care. Goodbye. Namaskar.